If you think a marriage license is a contract of love, you need to look at the legal gag orders protecting television's most famous relationship expert. Dr. Phil has spent decades solving everyone else's problems, but for the first time, he is the one in the hot seat. After years of circulating rumors about his divorce and what really happened behind closed doors, the silence is finally breaking. For over 20 years, millions of viewers tuned in every afternoon to watch a towering, folksy Texan hand out blunt, uncompromising marriage advice. At the end of every single episode, he would walk off the stage hand in hand with his wife, Robin, presenting the ultimate image of marital bliss. But behind that perfectly curated television studio, a completely different reality was unfolding. Shielded by aggressive lawyers, multi-million-dollar lawsuits, and a past that Dr. Phil has spent his entire career trying to keep in the shadows. To understand the true nature of his marital empire, we have to look past the daytime television stage and peer into the strictly controlled vault of his personal life. While Dr. Phil and Robin have spent decades presenting themselves as the gold standard of American marriages, the public has long sensed a paradox. But what if the man telling you how to save your marriage was hiding a dark, legally sealed past that contradicts every piece of advice he ever gave on television? The truth is, the facade of the perfect husband is built on top of a previous marriage that ended in a bitter, quiet disaster. Many people do not realize that Robin is actually his second wife, and the details of his first divorce reveal a pattern of behavior that looks nothing like the empathetic counselor we see on television. In 1970, Phil McGraw married his college sweetheart, Debbie Higgins. It seemed like a dream match, but Debbie claimed it quickly became a domestic nightmare. She described her husband as intensely domineering, demanding she stay home and maintain a specific physical appearance, all while he allegedly engaged in multiple extramarital affairs. When Debbie confronted him about his affairs, she claimed he did not deny it. Instead, he told her that was simply how things were going to be. Debbie walked away, securing an annulment and a divorce in 1973. This marked the only official divorce in Dr. Phil's life, a piece of history rarely mentioned on his program. For years, this first marriage was treated as a minor footnote, easily overshadowed by his 46-year marriage to Robin. But the public could never quite shake the feeling that the domineering traits described by his first wife were still lingering just beneath his polished television persona. And then, a bombshell legal document surfaced that changed everything, threatening to destroy his multi-million-dollar brand in an instant. In the summer of 2016, Dr. Strove, Phil and Robin filed a massive $250 million defamation lawsuit against American Media Incorporated, the parent company of the National Enquirer and Star magazine. For over a decade, these tabloids had run relentless headlines claiming their marriage was a total sham, that a secret divorce deal was being negotiated, and that Dr. Phil was abusive. For a man whose career is built on advising couples how to resolve conflict without violence, these accusations were financially lethal. If the public believed him, his syndication deals would vanish, his books would be pulled, and his empire would collapse overnight. The 42-page legal complaint filed by their high-profile attorney, Lynn Wood, was a fierce defensive strike designed to completely silence the gossip industry. Ask yourself, why would a television icon risk a public trial over supermarket gossip, unless there was something far bigger he desperately needed to keep buried? In the lawsuit, the McGraws accused the tabloids of systematically targeting them to solve their own financial instability. They argued that the publications knew the stories were completely fabricated, but ran them anyway because Dr. Phil's face on the magazine cover guaranteed massive sales. The complaint argued that these false stories severely damaged their reputations, particularly because Robin is a well-known advocate against domestic violence and runs her own foundation to help battered spouses. The legal team claimed that the tabloids had crossed a line, pushing a narrative that Robin was trapped in an abusive marriage and was secretly plotting to escape with a massive chunk of his $500 million net worth. In Hollywood, a high-asset divorce without a prenuptial agreement is a financial execution, and the tabloids insisted that Robin was ready to pull the trigger. The public waited with bated breath for the courtroom drama to begin. It promised to be the trial of the decade, a spectacle where the tabloids would be forced to reveal their anonymous sources, and Dr. Phil would have to testify under oath about his private life, his first marriage, and his relationship with Robin. But then, just months after filing the multi-million-dollar suit, the legal battle abruptly vanished. The McGraws quietly settled with the tabloid publisher out of court, and the lawsuit was dismissed with prejudice, meaning it could never be filed again. But the real twist isn't the money. It is the bizarre clause hidden inside their legal settlement that silenced the tabloids forever. To this day, the exact terms of that settlement remain strictly confidential, but one thing is undeniable. Overnight, the relentless barrage of divorce headlines completely stopped. The National Enquirer and its sister publications went from painting Dr. Phil as a tyrannical husband to completely ignoring his personal life altogether. This sudden, absolute silence left fans and critics wondering what really happened behind those closed legal doors. Did the tabloids settle because they knew they had lied, or did Dr. Phil pay a massive price to ensure that certain truths would never be forced into a public record? Tell me in the comments, do you think he was protecting his wife, or was he protecting his brand? This legal settlement did not stop the whispers. It only changed their direction. For years, skeptics have pointed out that Dr. Phil and Robin's relationship is not just a marriage, it is a highly lucrative corporate partnership. They co-produce shows, launch skincare lines, promote books, and build media networks together. Their individual brands are so deeply intertwined that a divorce would not just be a personal tragedy, it would be a corporate liquidation. This reality forces us to look at their public declarations of love through a much more analytical lens. Would you stay with someone if your entire livelihood depended on keeping up a perfect public illusion? In 2023, during an episode of his daytime talk show, Dr. Phil attempted to address these lingering doubts once and for all. In front of a live studio audience, he turned to Robin and asked her directly how many times the word divorce had ever come up in their 47 years together. Robin, without a single second of hesitation, replied that it had not happened once. Dr. DeCordingbull. Phil then explained to the audience that they had made a strict rule very early in their marriage. The relationship itself was never the stakes for which they were playing. They decided that no matter how angry they got or how much they disagreed, threatening to leave was completely off the table. While that explanation sounds incredibly romantic and wise on television, it also serves as a perfect defense mechanism. By making divorce a forbidden concept, they have successfully insulated their relationship from the real-world friction that normal couples face. Or at least, they have insulated their public image from it. The unexposed truth is that we may never know what truly happens behind the closed doors of their massive estate. We are left with the ultimate authority figure paradox, a man who has built a career on exposing the deepest, darkest secrets of others, while successfully keeping his own marriage behind an impenetrable wall of legal settlements and media silence. Whose version of the man do you believe? The domineering husband described by his first wife, or the devoted partner seen on television? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to uncover more hidden truths behind Hollywood's most controlled narratives, make sure to subscribe and watch our next video, where we expose the secrets the entertainment industry spent millions to hide.